we're here, or consistently you have spoken about the third anniversary of Mr. President. The most talked about month is you had promised what promises to be a month-long commissioning of projects. We are here now. Can you take us through these projects and probably what the significance of each project is?
Well, thank you very much, Wenga, and let me say good morning to every one of you, particularly those of you for the first time meeting to chat. Wenga, like you said, we have reiterated several times that this third year would be a different one from the past two times in terms of the first anniversary of Mr. President, which was 2024, and then the second anniversary, which was 2025, and this time 2026, which is the third year anniversary. It will interest you that in 2024, we had 9 days of commission of impactful projects up to the people of Abuja. And then in 2025, we had 19 days of commissioning of projects by Mr. President and other leaders of the administration. This 2026 will be 31 days of commissioning of impacting projects to the residents of Abuja. We're supposed to start pending the to the conference of Mr. President and his approval on the 8th of June, which is supposedly to be Monday next week. And like I said, this project is not only concentrated in the city center, also in the satellite towns, or what we may call other area councils, ranging from roads to water and to residences of public officers. Let me start with the satellite towns. You agree with us that sometimes most people have said development is only being centered in the cities, and those in the rural areas, or what they call the satellite towns, do not feel the impact of government. And as a result, there are no infrastructure in the local areas. It has also affected them in terms of security. I remember when we came on board, there was this issue of high insecurity, kidnapping in the rural areas, and it was a very big problem for us. And what we did was to go to the rural areas, or what we call the satellite towns, and interact with the stakeholders, the chiefs, the youths, the women, and other leaders. And one thing I found very interesting is like they know their terrain, and they're able to say, look, we have problems, and these problems are, most of the roads are not passable at all. Even where they have an attack, they cannot repel or they cannot fight back, because once these attackers come, they hit, and then by the time they run back, there's no room for you to pursue them, or even if you have the car, nothing to do. And they identify, okay, sir, say for example, Kwali will tell you, if you do so road, this is where we think they're coming from. If this road can be put to use, it will help us a lot. Wawada will tell you the same thing. Abaji will tell you the same thing. Uje will also tell you. Also, we took cognizance. We didn't just sit here to say, let's go and do so road. No. The people appointed, nominated the roads that they want, that be of use to them. And I can tell you today, those roads have been done, and it has really helped in terms of reducing insecurity and in terms of having access to their farm lands. I'm sure the rice man is there. He can attest to the fact that today in Cairo, which is one of the projects we are going to commission, virtually all the roads in Kano, as they requested, have all been done as they requested. Because, you see, what I found that in governance, if you sit in your office and contractors come and say, look, there's this road here that is bad, you don't even know whether that's where he lives, you know. But this one, that the people say, look, help us. If you can help us to do these roads, we'll be very comfortable. And again, you see, government make promises, and then people don't have confidence. This is not the first time they have made promises to us. 2 years ago, they made promises to us. 5 years ago, up till now, nothing has been done. So, what do you think? You are different? I would say no. We are different in the sense that whatever promise we make, by the grace of God, we will implement it. And that is how people have come to feel the impact of governance, at least in the rural area. So like I said, Kano is one good example that at least, even if anybody says no, Arise correspondent should say, no, you're telling lies. This one, I know, I'm from that area, I can see the good. That's what we call seeing is what believing. Empirical, factual, not 3D is what you can see. But that is not only for that. You remember last time in the second year anniversary of Mr. President, we did infrastructure of water within the cities. But the president said, look, we can't concentrate it. Let's also move to satellite towns to provide them water. In this third year anniversary, Mr. President will be commissioning the water provision in Kano axis that affects Orozo and some of them there. And we also, that area belongs to Abak, but on the rural side. I don't even see why anybody should call Karuna the rural area. It's not possible again, because with the transformation of that entire area, I'm very close to the city here. It will be difficult for you to say Karu in a satellite town, but since it has been classified so, for purposes of explanation. Now, we're also going to commission the water in the Buhari, which is another area council. You see, what I found out is that when this contract was awarded to a CGC, remember when Mr. President traveled to Beijing, one of the areas was signed, the memorandum of understanding has to do with the provision of water in satellite towns. And they gave it to CGC, and as I speak to you, that is ready to be commissioned by Mr. President. So 2 area councils have been taken care of in this fiscal 2025 to 2026. So AMAC has taken in the rural area, which is the Karo, Orozo area, and now Buhari has taken. We believe by this 2026 budget, well, what I mean budget, our own budget, will also go to Kuje and probably Wabalada or Kwale, as the case may be. We have also looked at the area of Kwale. We are going to commission, remember Mr. President last year commissioned A2 to Pai. It was about 13-14 kilometers, A2 to Pai. That A2 has to do with the federal road that leads to Elokoja. Then when I awarded from Pai to Gomani, that is still ongoing. I don't know why the contractor has not been able to finish, but I believe that before the end of this year, he would have finished. Then we now took from Gomani to Yangoji, which is about 14 kilometers, which very big long span of bridge. That has been completed. And it's one of the projects that Mr. President will commission. You go to Dede, Dede, about 17 kilometers, which is being done by Lubrix, has also been completed to be commissioned by Mr. President. You go to the Kasana area, where you have the Real Hope housing projects. It's about 14 kilometers of roads which has been completed by this administration. So our attention is not only focused on the cities. I believe by the grace of God, just a small thing would have included Apo Karshi, but that will be completed, say the next 2 months. You remember that road had been too political.
Yeah.
That road was awarded in 2010. 2010. So it's not a political road. Several people have complained where this was. So we have to terminate that contract. We terminated the contract, and a lot of people say, "Oh, why is it becoming political? What's political about it?" The people they are restless. They say, "Look, with this road is very, very important for us to decongest this area, so people can come from Apo, from Kashi to Apo, or from Apo to Kashi." That's been done by the SCC. So if you go there today, just even if I say 2 months, maybe it may be long, but all I know to be completed this year. Now you also go to Buhari to Kubwa. Buhari to Kubwa will also be completed this year. This month we are going to commission rehabilitative field from Basango Road, what you would call Arab Road, also being done by Zimrazed. That will be commissioned this study anniversary. Now, if you are going to the airport off the Clinton, it's what we call the Tundu Madaki Road. It's been done by CCECC. It has been completed. It's a 7.70 kilometer to be completed.
Is that the road to Kuje? Is that the road to Kuje?
No. I'll come to that.
Clinton?
No, it's off the Clinton. If you go to the airport, off the Clinton Road, it takes you to, we call it Tundu Madaki. That road has been completed. Now we have also awarded from Madakin to Zuba. So that people from Zuba who want to go to the airport don't need to go all this round. They don't from there head down to the airport. That's, we believe by the grace of God, that particular section will be completed December. Now, one road that is very key to everybody that I've been talking about, which will be commissioned this month, is Kuje to Egwabradam. There are 2 sections. One section is about 7 kilometers. The second section is another 7 kilometers, 14 kilometers. By the grace of God, the first section has been completed, which will be commissioned, but they are still working on the second section. Not just for dualization of that road from Kuje to Gwagwada. Remember when we came in 2023, we have to dualize the garage, the junction, down to where that started from Kuje to Gwagwada. Another road that will be commissioned this June is Airport Junction to Kuje. I wish you would just say, look, this thing that Mr. Minister has been talking about, is it true? Maybe, if you like, I'll give you the allowance this night. Just say, let us go and see from Kuje, from the Airport Junction to Kuje. You would think, I don't know the countries you have been to. Very beautiful. Everybody that is moving down to stay in Kuje.
Is it because of the street lights?
Not only street lights. Look at the road itself. How many lanes? 8 lanes. This is a job that was awarded. The contractor never moved to the site. When we came, I went to Kuje to talk to the public. This was the stakeholders meeting, and they heard me and said, listen, this road has been awarded. The contractor is not there. And we made a promise. It's okay. We'll take it off. People thought it was this kind of, oh yes, normal promise. Being carried by Arab contractors, I beat my chest to say, look, we are so satisfied, we are fulfilled that road has been completed. If you pass there in the night, what are you doing in the city here? There's no need to come to the city and stay. You just go and find a place there and say that you stay. Yeah, and by the time you see this place, you won't even know whether you are in the town again or you are in the satellite. Now, you remember people have made promises to Apple mechanics to move them out of that place. Government to come and make promises. It has not happened. But as I speak to you now, you see, you move them to where? No infrastructure. As I speak to you now, we have provided infrastructure to Iwasa, where Apple mechanic will now be moved to, the informal sector. Provided good roads, water, go and see the light. It's promise made, promise fulfilled. Now, we have also, remember, the first, last year, if I remember, it was the Senate President that commissioned the first set of OSEX going to Wasa. Now, this June, We are thinking that that should be the first road that should be commissioned from the second section of it, which has been done with a long bridge, done, I think, a CGC. Is something to see that indeed people are happy. And if you go to that place, that the whole of the appointment is there. Every day they say, look, they don't know, God should continue to be there. That's when I begin to even say, people are angry, people are not feeling the impact of government. I say, come, is it really just because we want to say so? It's let it be that we are saying something to criticize the government. All that. I'm not saying the government have done everything. I'm not saying so. But if you are really a resident in Abuja, can you, in truth, say you don't feel the impact of this government? Forget about your sentiment. Forget about, oh, I want my village man to be president. Forget about, no, I want my state man to be the president. If you are really staying in Abuja, will you say this government has not made any impact in terms of whatever you may name? And we are not saying we have done 100%. If we have done 100%, and we don't need to say, okay, give him another opportunity. But there is hope. You can see what is going on. There's hope. We are going to commission the Court of Appeal division. I remember when we came that the present Court of Appeal you have here is about 2 courts. 2 courts halls. That's what you have.
2 courtrooms.
Yes. Today, by the grace of God, when Mr. President commissioned that project, we have 10 courtrooms. At Dakibu, you will pronounce it better. So if I don't pronounce it better, don't go to the television now to say every minister cannot pronounce. I'm not from there, so but you know what I'm talking about. That has 98% completed will be commissioned in June. You go to what they call CN2 Arterial Connection Road, Katakbi. Go and see that those roads have been completed by CGC. If you go to Life Camp, what we call N5, George Berger has completed that road with a very long bridge. That also be long. Look at the justices' residence. You would think that, look, for you, you say, I think we have arrived. The essence is to provide what would make the judiciary not to complain. Welfare is key. Environment where you work is key. I go to my office. I just wonder, come, is it where the Minister of FCT should have? Is it the kind of office? Forget about how you feel, oh, so much money you used to lavish. If you stay in a good environment, you have to put in your best. Look at this environment here. Why will you be in this environment and you won't put in your best? Go and see the judges' residences. We built for Court of Appeal, for Federal High Court, for FCT High Court, and all peacefully furnished.
Some Nigerians are saying that this is to reduce the judiciary. That you have no business doing that.
This question is overtaken by so everybody have been saying all this. You do this, you want to reduce. You don't do it. Let me ask you. When we build for the National Assembly, as an arm of government, is to do what? When we build for the National Assembly, is to do what? When we build for the police, is to do what? When we give support to INEC, is to do what? Okay, now if you give the judiciary to build it, now you want to say, who, assuming that any conflict in contracts, who will interpret it? Where will you go to? But that's not the case. For Christ's sake, that's not the case. Inducement, every time inducement. I was governor of Rivers State. You had that. We had the worst Court of Appeal, where people are sitting, when it is raining, they sit on plastic chairs. As a governor, the cases are being handled there. If you don't have a good environment, the court will not sit. Who will be affected? It's not those who carry out business in Rivers State. It's not the residents of Rivers State that will suffer. I said, no, this cannot happen. I have to put the court in the proper position. So that is to induce them. Rivers State used to go to Bayelsa for industrial matters. And 80% of those matters come from Rivers State. I said, no, what do? We told the industrial court Rivers State will build a befitting industrial court to stop our people from moving from Rivers State to Bayelsa. That again is what inducement. We bid for Federal High Court. If you saw the Federal High Court before, you will say, what kind of country is this? We say, no. For a state like Rivers, this is not befitting. We built for the Federal High Court. Like you said, that is what? Inducement. You saw what we did as a state for the judges. Winner Texas, Occupier Texas. Every judge will make sure will have a residence, or you talk about if you don't want the residence, financial aspect we give. As I came out as governor, have you not been hearing about judgments against me and against the interest? So all these kind of inducement, people who don't have anything to say should not make us not to do what they're supposed to do. We are being focused. Okay, those who say like MBA, let me just tell something. MBA is supposed to be a voice, is it not? To criticize government, is it not? And therefore we thought that MBA should not be induced, is it not? So it should have a view, independent view. But what about the situation where MBA wants to hold a question, you go and beg government money? In that case, what do we say? Would they have a view again? Independent view? So let us please do what you're supposed to do and do not bother yourself, because I cannot be the final minister here. The Mr. President will not be the only president. He will finish his 8 years and go. I will leave as it suits Mr. President. So what are you inducing them for? It's not correct. It's not correct. So what we're trying to say, so that you don't make me forget the good things that Nigerians want to hear. So look at the number of, in fact, we are also going to lay foundation for industrial court judges and the judges of Code of Conduct Tribunal. It is the duty of FCDA to provide houses for public officers in this city. It's not the first time. Even under the military, that's our job. That Supreme Court was built by FCDA. That Assembly was built by FCDA. So let us not say to the public what is not correct. We're also going to flag off the road to, like I said, Maraki to Zuba. Then the Southern Parkway, which is also to be carried out by Jonas Baker, by CGC. Now, but of it all, let me just tell you what, of it all, I was shocked the day the First Lady called my attention. I thought, that, oh, the First Lady want to ask me this and that. But she said, Minister, how do you feel when you are coming to Abuja? What shows you that you are entering the city? You've been traveling out. How do you know that you are entering the city? I said, I don't understand. It's okay. Look at where people have at the city gate. Is that what is supposed to be a city gate? I said, okay, I'll look at it. After about 2 months, she called again. What is going on? I said, Your Excellency, it will be done. Why do I say this? Somebody who has interest of the country, of the administration. Not calling you to say, I need this favor. I'm calling you that, calling your attention. That is how a city is supposed to be. I hope, as you are passing there, don't sleep. Let your eyes be open. Pass there in the night. You need to go and say, Your Excellency, thank you for this idea. It is her brain, it is her brainchild, it is her heart, everything. This is the way a city, it has never occurred to me. Neither has it occurred to any other person who has been minister here or any government. But just pass there now this afternoon. and then pass in the night, tell me why you will not be happy.
So as a honor to her, we should be the one commissioning that project, or the president.
I have told Mr. President that you are not the one to inaugurate that. It is the brainchild of the first lady. Let her also bring for what she initiated.
Yeah.
But it does not matter. It is the administration, and that's what I tell people. It's not in government. It's not, oh, minister, I did that, but contributing to the development of the area, contributing to the administration. And these are things I would think that even the media, which represent, you can call our attention. Say, look, I just passed down there. Okay, there's one, I will tell you. I think it's the correspondent in the villa. I think they are chairperson. What's them? Let me not use this word to describe it. I'm not be angry.
We know who you're talking about.
So you know what I'm talking about. It's not too tall. It's not too short. So he sent me a text. He said for his interactions with people that they would think that if we can move some of the agencies of government, FCT, to the satellite time, that would decongest, that to reduce the rural urban migration. Thinking well, to contribute to, but my blame must not have gone there. Nobody has called my attention. But see how somebody who means well, the way they contribute. It's not by you coming out criticizing, but you have made a point, and I've accepted. Now I'm thinking towards it. That's what good citizens should do. Not, oh, this government is not doing it, why not take all the agencies to, that's not how government should operate. That's not how you should have a constructive criticism. Make your own suggestion to government. Government cannot do this. Government does not do everything. Government, you see, I'm human. As I sit here, you don't think that I do everything. But if you can call my attention, draw my attention to certain things, I'll be able to, I never diverted my mind to that. This is a good point. Just like I told you what the First Lady did now and what that journalist has done. They added there, the people of Karu are happy with you, your administration. The people of Karu are happy. So since this man comes from there, every day you see him smiling. He's happy now. You see what they call impact of governance. So forget the one I watched him this morning, what he was arguing about electoral act, the court judgment, and this and that. I said, well, that is for them there. But he's happy as a Karuman that they can now have the impact of government. So these are the things.
I'm sure you'll be happy to if we are able to, during the course of this interaction with you, take reactions from Nigerians.
Yeah.
If they said to us,
I have no problem.
Read them out.
I have no problem.
All right.
So these are the things we are trying to do.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Okay, you see the research institution where I have the body of benchers. The day my son was called to bar, the then chairman of body of benchers, Justice Ariwala, the retired Supreme Court Chief Justice of Nigeria, while he was, during his speech of the court to bar, he said, look, coming from the NJI road, it is horrible that we should please create another area that will divert so that they won't be having this problem of traffic when they are coming to court to bar. I said, my God, why did I come to this court to bar? But again, I'm happy I came. That is my attention that this is required. To the glory of God, how many months? We call the CCECC. That is one of the projects that will be commissioned. So that when they are going to court to bar, you won't have that problem. Again, see what you have done in law school by providing them accommodations. It has never happened. We're already building hostels for male and female to reduce the burden of accommodation and also increase the number of those that will attend the law school, because part of the problem is lack of accommodation and learning facility. We did an auditorium for the Nigerian law school so that they can take more number of students. So that's why I say that I'm a fulfilled person. I'm very happy serving in this administration. Nobody can look at my face. All of you, representing your media house, cannot say nothing is going on in Abuja.
Honorable Minister, my colleague here has been angling to.
Let's talk about inner roads. With inner roads within the AFCT.
Yes.
Inner city roads. Okay, thank you. With particular reference to the Galadima road that links Area 1. I think it's Sukuk, and it's been on for years. So when is your administration going to conclude that road?
That's why I say, if I claim I know all the names of the roads, I'll be telling lies.
Is Galadima roundabout? It terminates to Games Village.
Going straight to Goodluck Jonathan Expressway.
Is it the one that is Girls Village?
Yes, yes.
Is it that Essex?
Yes.
It's Essex.
I don't know the technical name, but it starts from Galadimawa and terminates at Area 1.
I think that's Essex. That one was awarded in 2014. It had about 10 bridges. It should have about 10 bridges. It's been done by CGC. We met with CGC the other day, and they have said that, look, we can take it in phases.
Okay.
If that they can finish phase 1, with about 5-6 kilometers, with about 3 bridges or 4 bridges, they can finish it by the end of December this year. Now, the original contract sum for that road was about 40-something billion. But by the time we came, before we came, I think there was a variation that got about 90-something billion. Now, what is provided in the 2025 budget for that road is 50 billion. So after our discussion, I've just made a memo to Mr. President that our President will soon be back, maybe today, tomorrow, he'll be in the city. That look, this company has agreed if social amount is provided, since we already have it in our national budget, that by December, my sister, I hope you understand, yes, that by December they will have finished the first phase, which will of course change the landscape of the entire city. If I'm correct, if I remember vividly, that it links to that area. And there's this other road that I wanted to Zibrazid. You know, Cedar Crest Hospital.
Yes.
It links to what do you call it? Locomotive. What do you call it? That was the name of that.
The Cedar Crest Road, that one that they put the boulders.
Yes.
Yes, that they put the boulders.
Yes. Akoguma where? Is it Lokoguma? Yes, it is awarded to Zimbabwe, and the company will move it any moment from now.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Honorable Minister, let's go into politics.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, Honorable Minister, I really want to commend the Tinubu administration for these jobs that have been done, because some of these projects have been lingering since the military period, going into Obasanjo, trying to modernize the city. And you take a critical look at some of the expansions on the master plan. You see that there are areas where the government itself has violated some sections of the master plan. And the master plan, based on what we were told, was supposed to have been updated after every 30 years. What efforts are you making to see that if the master plan is being redesigned and all of that, that things are done in such a way that it doesn't distort the original vision of the founders of the cities?
Government does not violate master plan.
Well, the presidential villa is not where it's supposed to be, for example.
No, let me tell you. Who drew up the master plan? Master plan is subject to changes and review.
Yes.
Now let me tell you, we are supposed to, the designers of the master plan is what? Is Japanese.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Kenzo Tange,
now,
the Japanese.
We are to go to Japan, but because of our program, I'll be shifting it. And I think by 20th of July, to review and to see what they have done in terms of the review of the master plan, because the world has changed. The world is dynamic. you have to, the master plan have to conform with the current realities. So we are working on that. It's not, we are not just sleeping. We are working on that. Part of our activities this year is to produce a compendium for Abuja at 50. Abuja became 50 February, but we felt that, well, it will not be necessary then. It will take it during the Mr. President third year anniversary. So that was included reviewing the original master plan. But I see people violating indiscriminately. There's one I found out. People don't believe that government exists. People think that's why people take laws into their hand and say nothing will happen. Impunity. The man fight did not happen yesterday. Nobody did anything yesterday. Does not mean that nobody will do something today. Even that the fact that nobody did anything today does not mean that somebody will not do something tomorrow. And when you see another government comes to say, no, this is wrong. We can't accept this. What do you start shouting? Why should the government come now when people have been suffering? You are trying to destroy their houses, this and that. That you are hungry, for example. Does that make you should break the law? Does that mean that we should not do things according to how it should be done? You see people building on the water wells. The other time I went to demolish where police houses, but I think they have this arrangement with some people, See high tension like this. And they're building under the high tension. And the development control has gone to please stop, don't do this. We didn't even give up. No way. Before I knew it, they've gone to bring the police personnel, arrested all the officers of the development control. And I had to wait on my own. I thought, why will you do this? Why will you do this? Bring the entire building down. There's a place in Durumi.
Durumi 3.
If you go there, you will see criminals hide out. Nobody attempts to go to that place. I called the security agents. I said, what is this? He said, sir, that place, nobody. I said, what do you mean by nobody? There's no government. He said, it's a very dangerous place. I said, okay. You are not supposed to be a security person then. No, you don't tell me that. So, all of them met. I said, what logistics do you require? We can't allow that place. If you go there, it's like people come out in the daytime, operate, or come out in the night, operate, and then move in there. Where will you arrest them? Where will you arrest them? So, around 4:30 a.m., we moved in. Of course, the number cry, oh, this government is very wicked. They don't have the heart of the people. What is the heart of the people? Criminals hiding in a place. And then you are telling me that we don't take care to heart the sufferings. What sufferings are you talking about? As a criminal, we should allow you. We're going to see what we have done there now. People are saying that, oh, Abuja is a bit secure. How? It's because we have taken very, very strong actions that may not be too comfortable for people. We must take tough decisions. You must. And that's what leadership entails. You take tough decisions when it is required. Of course, they will abuse you, they will say all kinds of things, but even some people say, this is where we trade. I agree. I'm not saying there is no way you trade. You are not lawfully here. Based on the fact that you are here, you are allowing criminals to come and hide under this place. And we say we will not. The next thing you see, oh, he has taken our land. You see, as leaders, when you're in a position like this, these are things you have to pay for. All kinds of names will be given to you. I had where some people went to all these collecting money from people. They said that human rights activists. You go to Jabi, the weak has taken their land. If you're a sane person, if you mean well for this country, you have been traveling all over the world. Tell me where in such a place, which is supposed to be something attracting to investors to come and invest, to change the landscape of the city. Somebody saying that, hey, this is where we used to
Exercise.
enjoy. What kind of system is that?
That's the only place they don't pay money to use.
It's not correct. The point is that government are giving out that place for development for the past 20 years. And again, this is the problem of government. You have given out this place to so for development. Now, people with business have come over. Shanties have been built. People are selling more and more and selling this and that. Now, the mere fact that you have not come to develop it, and people have come to do one or two things, have not come to say it is where we stay and sell like this. It is where I used to jog. What nonsense is that? And the government now said, no, this is not where it is provided for you to jog. This is not where it is provided for you to have recreation. This is allocated to people for development of so and so. And we have to come to revoke it because the person that was allocated do not want or have no capacity. At that time we tried to revoke it. Of course, pressure came. Oh, he's ready. He has the problem with the Afrizim Bank. Money did this. Money did not do that. It's okay. This is not our style. You want to do for us? Come and sign the memorandum of understanding that if I do not start improvement on what was agreed on, government should take back their land. Then the next thing you see, so-called human rights activists. You know, people like that. you see that government, you say, oh, we can, the day the people are ready, I will be there myself. Come and start development. Who told you that you're the only person who can protest? Who told you that? Who told you that I cannot stay where there's a protest? I cannot lead a protest. Who told you that? I can lead a protest against you. You dare not come to this place again.
Omoyele is a well-known human rights activist.
Which human rights?
And then there's also the issue of the district hospital.
Hold on.
Year 2, when they said that you annexed that land.
This is the way you people think.
Allegedly.
What do you call human rights activists? That's how he wrote to you people that, oh, I own a house so place, I bought a so place. He's going to tell the Florida attorney general to do this. Ask him how far today. Where's the report from the attorney, from the district attorney? If they come and sell all kinds of stories to you people, why not ask him, show it? Up till now, what has happened over this house that Wike bought in Florida? That this and this, he bought at $9 million US, all kinds of things. Where is it to today? These are the kind of people you say they are human rights activists. For Christ's sake, you cannot begin to peddle rumors, say things to society that will make people to, stage a protest against government officials. It's not correct.
So you don't have to pay house in the US, United States?
You are taking us off course.
You have to.
Maybe when we get to general.
First of all, there's but let me answer him. There's no law that says I shouldn't own a house. But however, I don't own a house.
Okay.
Listen to my grammar.
Yes.
There's no law that says I should not own a house anywhere.
However,
I do not have a house. But in Nigeria, I have a house. Yes. So will I sleep outside?
Let's go back to the conversation around developments in the FCT.
Okay.
And you are right, there is no one who lives in the FCT who will be in his right mind and look around and not say that development is happening. However, all of the work that you're doing is being overshadowed by a few issues. One of those issues, a lot of beggars on the streets, especially in the central area, especially in Wuse. You almost cannot stay at a traffic light. They would converge around your car, and all kinds of petty crime is happening because of this convergence of little children all over the FCT. And then we also have a situation where we have traders, very violent traders at junctions across the city center, I'm not talking about the suburbs, I'm talking about the city center, then there's a big problem. The roads that you're building are being overshadowed by cows. There are cows all over the FCT. You can't drive anywhere.
Yes.
They're eating all the grass that you're putting on the lawns. They're here to eat the grass. These issues and refuse in places like Utako and Jabi, there are refuse heaps in all of these places and some parts of Garki as well. What's your administration going to do about this situation so that all the beautiful work that you're doing doesn't get overshadowed by these unsightly things?
Okay, I thank you for acknowledging the beautiful works. I thank you. For the first time, I knew I channeled.
Yes, sir.
I thank God that for once, somebody channel say we are doing beautiful
You're welcome.
works.
You're welcome, sir.
I hope you will not be sacked for saying that. Let me take it one by one. You have talked about traders. You see again, when you see government say, look, this is not where it's provided for you to trade, I'm trying to chase them away. The next thing you see is a program in your house, media houses. How government has not provided an alternative place for them, which is not correct. There are markets. Go to the market and sell your products. No way. Look, you can't be here. There's no market here. Why do you have to come to the junction to stay? That also constitutes nuisance. We have been doing that. But again, we need the support to be able to educate the public that what we are doing is for the interest of even those who are there and for the generality of the people. This is the only one city we have in Nigeria. We cannot allow it to be destroyed simply because they are saying that, oh, I want to go and see where I can find my stomach. That does not mean you shouldn't do what is done, what the law provides. That we are working on that. You've talked about
Cows.
Cows. That's the issue of national security.
How so?
It's national security.
Minister, you're being political.
How so?
No. Why would you say that? No. You see, we must face reality. You see, this country, you must agree or not. And that's when you see people try to take action on certain things, some people come out with one kind of religion or ethnicity. Let the truth be told, you know that one of the things we have done or when we came in, but look, the president has said, look, let's do ranching and see how we can take these cows, animals out of the city. It is an eyesore. It is not fair. It is not good. We have developed countries where they have cows. You hardly can see them. Go to Saudi. Go to all this. You cannot see the cows there. You can't see them. When you begin to bring such policies, people will find a way that, oh, you are pursuing cows because of this and that. That's what I say. It's an issue of national security. I thank God you are laughing. You know. And we are being careful.
Because of elections, sir.
It's not election. For Christ's sake, it's not election. It's not election. You have to, no, let me start that.
In 2023, August, you said something like this, that you take cows off Abigail.
Okay, that's why I said so. Listen now, listen.
You did, sir.
Listen now.
Although you're offensing some of them.
No. I thank God you said so. Did you support me? Did you support me?
Honorable Minister.
No, let us say the fact. When I said that, I expected you in your own media houses to say, look, what the Honorable Minister said is correct. We should not allow this and this and that. Rather, instead of you to project us to see that this is for to the last, you were just taking things that are not, you know what I'm saying.
We did on Channels TV.
No.
In fact, we talked about the fact.
But anyway, the president,
we talked about the fact that they're carrying weapons.
The new minister of livestock is doing quite a lot by the support of Mr. President, and he's talking with the mayor alliance and what those of them were supposed to see how we can take these cows to the areas where they should be I apologize to that. I take responsibility that up to now there are cows. But you should also face the reality. It's not easy as you are saying it here. Okay. It is not easy as you are saying it. You know the problem in this country. And you must come out to say, this is a problem, we must tackle this problem, and we must give you support.
The refuse, no, he hasn't answered the question about refuse.
Well, I want to see, as at when, I'm not saying clearly
Last
here.
week.
No, you see, first of all, when there's public holiday, there could be hip-hop refuse.
Okay.
But that does not mean that heaps of refuse everywhere. No, I don't agree. But now go there and see whether they are working or not.
Okay. Ayo, can you ask a question quickly before we go? Are you ready? Leo, are you ready?
Okay. Your Excellency, in Abuja, Nigerians see you as a top striker of the Renewed Hope administration of...
What number do I wear?
Number 10.
Then, back in Rivers State, you are also a defender through the Renewed... Okay, sorry, sir.
Ayo, do you have any question on...
Okay, somebody is saying from Bora district, that which is just 5 minutes drive from the minister's residence, that you've abandoned it, that the road leads to the Turkish hospital, police estate, fire service estate.
Well, what does it mean?
He said that road.
Which of the fire services?
In Bora.
FAB City Estate.
FAB City Estate, that's at Bora.
CBN Estate. That is close to your residence.
I don't live there. So, one of the official resident of the FCT, I don't live there. Yes. But let me say, when you say I've abandoned it, that would be a very wrong statement. And like I said, you cannot finish every road at the same time. You take it one by one. How would I have abandoned it? It was not awarded by us. So you can see most of the projects were even completed are projects that were not awarded by this administration. So if we have not done that, all he should do is to say, he now says 5 minutes from my residence. Before, was it 5 minutes from my residence? He should acknowledge that it was not 5 minutes before, now it is a 5 minutes. Let him have hope. We'll get to all areas. Let him have hope. That's why it is done. But not to say he has abandoned it. Abandoned what? I never awarded it. But government is a continuum. I can assure you, now that you have said so now, I will ask the FCDA to go and look at what we are talking about, because sometimes, like I said, the area you call it may not what is classified in our own
Honorable Minister, we invited it and the questions are pouring in for you. I'll just put some on the template. Then we'll take a break. When we come back, you'll start with that. The one is that areas like Lugbe have not witnessed your touch. When will that happen? They're talking about some schools in residential area there. The Mararaba, they are part of Abuja, they are not feeling your touch. Perhaps area, one thing that would have benefited them most is addressing the perennial traffic on that road. Yes, the bus terminal there was blown off recently, and people there are saying that it's an opportunity for you to address a problem that they complained when that thing was started. That bus terminal, if it's to be useful for the people around that area, should be moved further down to Yaya bus stop. You have where you have ample space, and you're able to.
I thought he said we were going on break.
You are telling me one of my time now. I'm putting the question, so that when we come back, you consider those things.
But I can't remember all this because you are the one analyzing.
The terminals, the bus terminals that was at
Kubo,
which is being destroyed, that it can be relocated further to Yaya. It will serve the people of
No, you have said bus terminal. Let's stop at bus terminal. When we come back ahead.
Okay. All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, the minister already has more questions to answer on developments within the FCT, and after that,
you have taken
then be talking politics.
You have taken almost an hour. You are the one who took my time. You don't allow me to use my time. You have taken my time, so you have to add it back.
All right, if you're just joining us, you just missed out on the first part of the ministerial chat for today. We are starting the second part now. The Honorable Minister is still very much with us. The questions were said before we went on break. We would like to start with the Kubo bus terminal. The people there say, can you move it further down to Yaya so that it can serve the purpose better?
Before government starts a project, we look at where we have that kind of size of land to be able to provide that kind of infrastructure that you need. It's not necessarily, you say here would have been better. No, that's not. Government took a lot of consideration. One, where do you think this kind of project should be started? And we have that kind of square meter of land that can take that kind of project. That's why it was started there. And that, like I said to people, that projects have been fixed by each. The kind of wind that particular day, those people that have never seen that kind of wind, it had nothing to do with the structure. No structure was affected. It was the wind that blew off the roof, but that the structure, nothing was there. So it has happened in most advanced countries. You don't see such wind often. It comes once in a while. So that has no problem at all. We are done. The government has given the approval for the running of the place, because why we couldn't do that was because you have to seek approval for President Council because the amount involved in payment to the person who's going to run it. We have a limit. Once it's above the limit, you have to go to the Federal Council, and without going, it has been approved by going through the procurement procedure, and that to effect, and now have been approved. And then I think the management company is doing all they can now to see that the buses, the taxis, they've all agreed to now run to different areas of this nation.
You spoke about the law school, the projects in the law school. Yes, just like Oliver Twist, they're asking for more. They said the lecture theatre in the law school has no air control, and students have been fainting during lessons.
So these are not our responsibilities. We are just intervening. So it is not FCT Law School. It's not FCT Law School. But just we're intervening. And they should instead of person to take the refuse and go and put it where it's supposed to be. And if it rains, the rain will carry the whole thing down to and then everywhere will block. So we must have to also understand that we are complaining. Who are those who are causing this problem? The same way. The same way. So it is not easy. And when you will say, look, okay, we have allowed you to, maybe you want to earn 1 naira or 2 naira, stay here. But that does not mean that you should not tidy up this entire place when you are finished. It does not make sense.
Last area, Lugbe, very huge population there. They said they have not felt the impact of the
FCT administration
at all.
Especially
in Lugbe.
Okay, hold on.
The Akasa Road and the Federal Housing.
You see, you know why I like this? Because things are happening.
They want to be
so everybody wants to be part
Exactly.
of it.
Yeah.
I can tell them to be. You see, the patient person may eat the fattest bone.
Is that your promise to Lugbe people?
No, let me tell you. There's no way. Before now, we have started. People have complained to us. See, when most people complain, we answer bias and we move on. Let them be patient. Lugbe is part of Abuja. There's no way. But Lugbe is so developed now that they must have those kind of infrastructure. But let them become, we'll come, all the areas, we'll take care of them. Okay. But like I said, it's also, we are being limited by finance. I can't take my blood to go and provide infrastructure. It has to be, money must be available. That is why one will say people should pay their taxes. You see, I have always asked people, if you say pay your taxes, you can ask me, why would I pay taxes when I don't know what you use the money for? All right? But I've challenged the people of FCT. Tell me what you are using your tax money to do. I've come here this morning, I've read out things that we are doing. Not things that we will do. Things we are doing that we have completed, that I want to tell the world, see what we have done. Things that we want to do. So I owe you that duty to say, you pay 10 naira, you pay 5 naira, you pay 20 naira, we have added it, we have used it for this, for that. And that is showing accountability. But when I come to say, look, so now, pay your money. Do not take it as an offense. But if nothing is being done, then you say, no, I cannot pay because you're not doing, there's no road here, there's no road here, there's no water here, there's no school here. But if you don't do this, it becomes difficult for us to do what we're supposed to do.
Just one more question on infrastructure.
Yes, so that we can wrap up on infrastructure. We're getting messages. You see that Durumi, the place where you demolished? That place has been demolished so many times. And what happens afterwards is that it's demolished, people are sent away, they come back.
But for me, they won't come back.
And what happens is when you finish demolishing the place, like what I'm getting messages here from people who live in Durumi, is that the criminals, you've unleashed them on their community. So what's happened is you've cleared out the place, but now they'll be carrying out petty crime in Durumi.
They are not being fair. They are not being fair to us. First of all, if you know that this is a help for criminals, right? Where criminals go out and do whatever they want to do, and then they go back there to hide. When they have no hiding place, where would they be? They run away. They run away. So it is unfair for them to say that we're unleashing criminals on them. We're even serving you to make sure that they have no place to hide. If you commit offense, you have no place to hide. And when you have no place to hide, it discourages you from continuing with such a crime.
Can the land be reused? Can that land be put to use?
But we will. But first of all, let's let them know that here cannot be comfortable with you any longer. And then government will answer, okay, this is what we want to do. If you ask us, oh, have you thought of what we want to do before you go and chase them out? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Occupy first.
Let me take you to politics now. Our time is fast spent. Now, political parties have just concluded their primary election night. I want to know your assessment generally from APC to NPP.
Fine. That again will tell you what has changed in Nigerian politics. You hear people every time talk about this party is not doing this party is not doing that. When we come, you will see we are going to change the pattern. There will be no imposition. There will be no this. You've accused APC of imposition. You've accused PDP of imposition. Now you have formed a new party, a new baby, a righteous baby, the person that the Messiah, the Savior that will come. What has happened now? NDC say we are the new face of democracy. The Messiah that Nigeria are looking for. NDC said this kind of party is a party that has not been polluted one day. It's a party that God just brought from the womb. What has happened? So dirty. See what's happening in the NDC. As one as they are, they cannot do a priority without protest. Look at NDC, who says a coalition to take over from the destruction of democracy by so. What has happened? While the Congress was going on, the two presidential aspirants came out to say, we cannot believe this, that you will perpetrate on this. We have been accusing this party of doing this. Now see what we are doing, see what we have done. So that now tells you who is deceiving who. Who is deceiving who? Who is coming to Nigeria to tell them lies? That we're the newborn baby, the messiahs of the time of Nigeria. This is what we want to do. Nigerians have now known, you're all liars. You can't be using us, you can't be deceiving us. You have agreed, just look at this one. You have agreed here, PDP is a dead party, according to you. You have said here, APC is rotten. They cannot help Nigerian democracy. Just ordinary Congress. Ordinary Congress. You have 3 presidential aspirants. 3. 2 said, this is rubbish. This is criminality to the highest order. Why are we complaining against those who are there? So that tells you, before you come out, because I was watching you today with due respect, I was watching to tell you, I follow up to what people would do. I was just like watching like this. And I was just, you are shouting, this court said this, this court said this, that INEC cannot say, INEC they have applied for self-execution, and that, so I was just looking at you. I said, look, until you come to reality, politics is not something you think you just talk. When you come to the field, you see a different thing. Like somebody will tell you, when I come, there will be no corruption. Fine, good talk. When you come, you see the environment. You see how people will fight you for stopping corruption. That is the truth of the matter. So my assessment is that I prefer, from what I've seen, the old parties that are already there are those that have even tested the environment and have known what Nigerian culture is all about.
It's 100, 500, 1,000.
No, with due respect, when you are making an allegation, be specific. So what I'm answering, you cannot say by 500. So which party? Tell us which area, so that one would know. It's not a question of did it where.
We saw it during their primaries.
Where?
In Edo State. Abia.
What they were counting.
Okay, hold on now. In Edo State and Abia.
Yes.
Out of 36 states.
Well, those are the ones that we saw online. There's so many more.
No. See, let me tell you. There's no perfection in any system. There's no perfection. If they're looking for perfection, wait for Christ to come.